Okay, so welcome in. Everybody's got their camera off today, so I feel like I'm talking to myself. Um, all right, so guess I'll go ahead and get started then. See if I can find it. Um, all right, all right, good, more people, more people. All right, so this week we are talking about aging gracefully and all things anti-aging, and I'll be full disclosure. My intention with this particular topic is to change your perspective on how you look at your different foods. We've asked you to eliminate certain foods, and we'll go into some of the whys because some of them are aging you, and we're asking you to consume certain foods, which may feel like, oh, I'm on this diet and I have to eat this food. But if we look at it in a different way and we know what it's doing inside of our body, I think it helps change the perspective of how we look at our food. So that's my intention, just creating the new associations with the foods, so that so it makes us either want them or not want them so much. So we got some opening funnies, some shout outs. We're going to go over how to crave the good stuff, looking younger for healthier skin, healthier vision, just getting healthy from the inside because it does show on the outside. We're going to talk about gut, liver, brain, and heart health. I interviewed an expert, so we're going to get some tips from her. And of course, there's Q&A. So here's our little funnies for the day. Um, so the shout outs, I typically prepare the shout outs because I like to share, and it's always fun to hear our name, but I like to share that just so you guys, especially for the new people, you can see that program does work and it works for a lot of people. However, I didn't create that list this week, um, because I guess that money thing threw me off. But what occurred to me is that there are so many of you guys. If you can hear my voice right now, there are so many of you that are doing so fabulous. And so many of you have one or five or 20 obstacles. There's a lot of people going through a divorce, losing a job, maybe a family member, husband leave you for a younger woman. I mean, a job that has you commuting 3 hours one way, or so many multiple physical conditions that it's making life very challenging for you. And some of you can check a lot of those boxes and are going through several of those issues, which are huge life altering issues. And you're suiting up and you're showing up and you're listening to this video or you're here live, whatever the case may be. But I wanted to give each and every one of you guys that shout out because you have all earned it. Every day is can be a very challenging day, and you suit up and you show up. So I just wanted to put that out there that I really am proud of you, all of you, knowing what you're going through. A lot of you have a lot of things. So understand, I do recognize all of that. I do want to welcome some new people. We've got Karen, uh, Jeannie or Jean, two Michelles, Patricia, Royce, Patrice, Latanya, Tina, Susan, Shirley, Lisa, Brenda, Danette, Chris, and Kimberly. So welcome to all of my new people as well. All right, so you guys have heard me say this before. You must learn to eat to lose weight and get healthy and not starve yourself. And then this is one of my new favorite sayings: your feet, your fork, and your fingers will determine your fate. And so we are going to go over all of that today because your genes, they set the tone, they load up that gun, but it is our lifestyle that will pull that trigger if we're not doing it right. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to talk about today. Uh, so let's go ahead and dive right into that. All right, so we all know that taking good care of yourself. Where is this? This thing is blocking me. I'm sorry. Good quality of life is important, but where do we start? Okay, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with what antioxidants are, but basically they're a substance that inhibits the oxidation and used to counteract the deterioration of stored food products. So basically, when there's a free radicals going around in the body and they're just bouncing around and they're causing destruction because they're missing an electron. So they're out of balance. So, it's like when a washing machine spin cycles, it spins evenly. But if the tennis shoes are only on one side of that drum, it's going to make a loud sound, bang, 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 bang. So what antioxidants do, basically, they put the shoe on the other side, so there's two shoes on both sides, so it spins evenly and stops all that banging and stops all that damage and stops all that deterioration. So what are some antioxidants? Okay, I'm just going to go through some of my top antioxidants here. So we've got glutathione. And again, I'm going to go over all these today, but these are just some of your top antioxidants. Glutathione, carotenoids, astaxanthin, curcumin, resveratrol, lycopene, tocopherols, or tocopherols. I always mix that one up. Vitamins A, vitamin C, vitamins E, and beta carotene. I'm going to go all into those, but these are antioxidants we want to put in our body. All right, so let's find ways to crave the good stuff. So I thought I'd kind of go through the alphabet. I know this is very pedestrian and basic, but I want you to start looking at your food in certain ways. So when we're looking at foods that are high in vitamin A, it makes us want to eat them more. So what are some of the benefits of vitamin A? Why do we need vitamin A? Vitamin A is number one, fabulous for your skin, prevention of wrinkles. You've heard of retinol cream. That retinol is a form of vitamin A, which is why we buy and spend a whole lot of money on that stuff just to put it on our face so we don't have those wrinkles. Also, vitamin A is excellent for your vision, helps improve your immune system, and it is one of the antioxidants, as I said. So some of the foods high in vitamin A are sweet potatoes, yams, carrots, kale, spinach, mustard greens, collard greens, winter squash, romaine lettuce, bell peppers, cantaloupes, tomatoes, papayas, leeks, cabbage, grapefruits, and asparagus. Now, I want you to pay attention to all these different things that I've mentioned because these are things we're encouraging you guys to eat. But they're coming in a lot of array of colors, but your vegetables that are often high in vitamin A and C are going to be your bright orange colors. And the more bright orange that you have, the high in beta carotene that it is. So we want to go with a lot of colors. Get that rainbow going on your plate. Invite the redheads to dinner because the red cabbage, or I should say the purple cabbage, is more nutritious than just that pale green cabbage. So we want to bring the lots of beautiful colors. All right, so B vitamins. I'm just going to go through the vitamins real quick because I know you guys are probably pretty familiar with this stuff. There's a lot of different B vitamins, from thiamine to riboflavin, niacin, folate, B6, B12, biotin, lots of good vitamin Bs, but those are what help our bodies release energy from carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. They help regulate appetite. And this is what's needed to convert carbohydrates into glucose, which, let's see, where'd I go? Into glucose in the body, which leads to energy production and decrease fatigue and lethargy. So we want to get those vitamin Bs in, especially vitamin B12. That's your happy vitamin. So we want to make sure we're getting that. And those are produced in the gut. So we want to make sure we're having a healthy gut. It also helps regulate the nervous system, reducing depression, stress, and brain shrinkage. As we age, What do we want to avoid? Brain shrinkage is definitely one of them. Helps maintain a healthy digestive system. B12 also protects against heart disease by curbing and improving unhealthy cholesterols. It helps protect against stroke and high blood pressure. Let's see, helps prevent or promote healthy skin, hair, and nails, especially biotin. Helps cell reproduction, constant renewal of skin, helps protect against breast, colon, lung, and prostate cancers. So these are very, very important vitamins. So what do we need to eat to consume them? Whole grains, green leafies, yogurt eventually, asparagus, spinach, chicken, turkey, salmon, seafood, shellfish, liver, egg yolks, avocados, legumes, and split peas. Strict vegetarians, people who drink a lot, smokers, pregnant women, breastfeeding, or the elderly may need to take a vitamin B12 supplement. And you want to get a methylcobalamin version. There's a couple of different kinds of version of B12. There's the cyanocobalamin or the methylcobalamin. You want the methylcobalamin. That's the one the body can recognize and use. So just every time we eat and start to notice the patterns, you're going to see asparagus come up a lot. You're going to see green leafies come up a lot. You're going to see salmon come up a lot. You're going to see avocado. These things, they repeat. And now you're going to know why. Okay, now we're on C. Again, your body cannot make collagen without vitamin C. Obviously, we know it's an immune booster. It can help combat stress or the effects of stress. The only vitamin C is a water soluble vitamin, so it does not store in the body except for a little bit in the adrenals. But the minute we get stressed, the adrenals use it up and then it's gone. So if we're having a very stressful life, we need to make sure we're constantly taking a vitamin C because we really don't store it. It passes through the body, just like vitamin B. B and C are water soluble, which means we use what we need and we pee it out. So we do need to consistently consume B and C vitamins through food, hopefully, as often as we can. And again, go with all the different colors. C can help lower cholesterol. It helps with blood flow and circulation, lowers the risk of heart disease and stroke. It can help reduce arthritis symptoms. And it's one of those antioxidants which helps stop the oxidative damage in the body, aka aging. Foods that are high in vitamin C, bell peppers, all peppers really, guavas, citrus fruits, dark green leafies, here we go again, kale, romaine, cabbage, broccoli, those are your cruciferous vegetables. You'll see that repeat as well. Kiwi, strawberries, tomatoes, peas, papaya, green chilies, again, jalapeno peppers, all peppers are a really, really good source of vitamin C. C and A, but go for the colors, go for the bright colors. The reds have probably the most nutrition of all those bell peppers that you're seeing in that nice, pretty picture. Vitamin D, its main function is to regulate the absorption of calcium and phosphorus, to bring those minerals into our bones. Also cell-to-cell communication throughout the body, helps maintain healthy body weight and cognitive function. And vitamin D is also, I don't have it on here, but it is also very important for your immune health. Very important for immune health. Not a lot of foods really high in vitamin D, unless it's fortified with vitamin D, which a lot of dairy products are. But you can get it through mushrooms, oysters, fish, eggs, fortified dairy products, as I mentioned. But also you guys can create it when you sit in the sun. So try to get 10 or 15 minutes of sun every day, and then you get free vitamin D, which by the way, it isn't even a vitamin, it's a hormone, because your body can make it once you present it to the sun. So just a little tidbit. All right, we're on vitamin E or tocopherol, another antioxidant, another way of saying anti-aging. Cholesterol reducer, skin protection, anti-inflammatory, immune booster, and hormone regulator. Super important that we get vitamin E through foods. Great ways to get it: olive oil, broccoli, trout, shrimp, avocado, sunflower seeds, almonds, cooked spinach, bell peppers, berries, apricots, asparagus, and quinoa. So you see these vegetables keep popping up: avocados, asparagus, you know, they just keep popping up over and over again. All right, so let's get into some skin hacks. The number one cause of wrinkles really is the sun and smoking, but sugar also causes what's called ages in the skin, the advanced glycation process, and that's what causes like the saggy, the jowls, and the wrinkles, the deeper wrinkles in the skin. Alcohol, because it dehydrates the body and the skin, processed foods, and stress and smog and toxins. These are some of the main factors that will cause wrinkles on our skin. So what can we do about it? Well, we can eat those healthy fats. Like I mentioned, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, avocados, clean proteins like wild caught salmon. It's got those healthy fats in there. Foods high in antioxidants, which are your fruits and vegetables primarily. Um, so non-food options: get a good clean sunscreen without a lot of the chemicals, like a zinc oxide is good. Hyaluronic acid is a water-loving molecule, so if you put it on your skin, it will draw the water to your skin, so you'll see fewer wrinkles. You can take it as a supplement too, and it also helps good with your joints and your eyes. So hyaluronic acid is a good thing that you want to see in your skincare products, but I used to sell it as a supplement to consume internally as well. Vitamin C, as I mentioned, you cannot make collagen without vitamin C, so you want to do that. Vitamin A, the retinol, the beta carotene, all very, very good for your skin. And exercise. And also I should have on here is hydration. You want to make sure you're staying hydrated. And as I mentioned, the ages, advanced glycation end products. Again, this is what causes those deeper wrinkles in the skin. So avoiding sugar when at all possible. Sugar really is the enemy. And again, you're going to see that repeated in this presentation as well. All right, so vision hacks. Age-related macular degeneration are the most common: cataracts, diabetic retinopathy, and glaucoma. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with those, but what can we do about it? Well, foods high in vitamin A, like dark green leafies, fish high in omega-3s, wearing protective eye gear, and avoiding sugar. Sugar affects your vision as well. Toxic foods affect your vision. When you do a cleanse, when you start this program, I bet a lot of you noticed that your vision got clearer. The colors were seemingly brighter. So doing a detox and cleaning out your system, cleaning out your liver, cleaning out your body can also help with those vision. And astaxanthin and lutein are good supplements. But if you're eating a lot of wild salmon, that's the wild salmon is, it's like naturally that orange salmon color. Well, what makes it that orange color is the orange moss that they eat, and that is very high in astaxanthin. So you don't even have to go out and buy the supplements. If you're consuming the wild caught salmon, you're getting that astaxanthin as well. And again, the healthy fats are good for your skin and good for your heart as well. All right, so let's go with healthy liver. Sulfur-rich foods like garlic, glutathione-producing foods, curcumin, which is turmeric, avocado, cruciferous veggies. Cruciferous veggies are your broccoli and your kale and your Brussels sprouts and your cauliflower and your cabbage. Dark green leafies, those are also producing the glutathione in the body. Avocados help produce the glutathione in the body. Asparagus produces the glutathione in the body. And that, again, the glutathione is the number one antioxidant for your liver. But it has benefits throughout the whole body, but it's really, really good for your liver. Curcumin will produce glutathione in the body. NAC, which is short for N-L-cysteine, is a glutathione producing. Milk thistle is glutathione producing. So we want to consume those kinds of supplements when possible. It's better to take foods or supplements that produce glutathione in the body versus take a glutathione supplement, because I don't believe it makes it through the digestive process. So we want to consume things that make the body produce its own glutathione. And Candy, I bet you could probably speak to that as well. All right, for a healthy gut, we've got your sauerkraut, which is nature's probiotics, fermented foods, again, nature's probiotics. High fiber is very good for a healthy gut, and just probiotics in general, and eating lots of healthy fruits and vegetables with all the different colors, and avoiding certain things as well, avoiding alcohol, avoiding sugar. Sugar will ruin your gut. Antibiotics, of course, is not good for the gut. Sometimes we get conditions and we have to, but, and also staying hydrated, both good for the liver and the gut. All right, so brain health. We did deep dive yesterday into brain health, real deep dive. We spoke for, I don't know, we talked for an hour yesterday about brain health. But some of the things we can do for brain health is turmeric or curcumin. Curcumin is the compound part of the turmeric that has the anti-inflammatory response. The omega-3 fish oils, whether you're getting it from your wild salmon or your trout or your fatty fish like tuna, getting that omega-3, fabulous for your brain health. Things like olive oil, which is high in vitamin E, very good for your brain. Lion's mane is a wonderful supplement that you can take for memory and learning and focus. Also, exercise is an extremely important thing for your brain. I know we think of it for our body. It's good for our heart and our lungs and our muscles and our bones and even our skin, because we're detoxifying and we're sweating out all that stuff. And just for better sleep. But exercise is really, really, really important for the brain. And then the sleep, as I mentioned yesterday, we have a system called the glymphatic system. You know, you've heard of the lymphatic system, but the glymphatic system is what basically takes out the trash of the brain cells. Now, the brain cells, like all the other parts, create waste. And so for example, if we have a trash can in our kitchen, when it gets full, we take it out because because we don't want it to cause a problem in the kitchen. If we don't take it out, it's going to start to rot. It's going to start to smell. It's going to start to create some mold. It's going to start to cause some problems in the kitchen. So we take it out. Well, when we're sleeping, the glymphatic system does just that. It takes out the trash that the brain cells pooped out, basically. I don't know how else to say that, but the brain cells that leave that trash. Mm-hmm. So the glymphatic system will do that, but it's only turned on during sleep. And then lastly, of course, the leading cause of liver disease is sugar. It's harmful bacteria for the gut. So it feeds the bad guys in the gut, which causes inflammation, which goes straight to the brain, which goes straight to the other parts of the body. So we've really got to be careful with consuming our sugars, because it is inflammatory and inflammatory. Can't say that enough. All right, let's move on to heart health. Heart disease is the number one cause of death for both men and women in the United States. It is never too early to start heart health. And in going through, my research and the learnings, they were talking about the kids that they're studying under 18. Get this, guys, under 18. If they are consuming deep fried foods like French fries or corn dogs or just deep fried whatevers, a lot of these processed foods, these below 18-year-old kids still can have plaque in their veins and arteries. So just because you're 16 years old doesn't mean you can get away with it. You may not look fat at 16, even though you're eating French fries and cheeseburgers or whatever, deep fried McNuggets. But it does mean you're immune to plaque in your veins and arteries. So please don't think it's too early to start, because it's not. If you're older, if you're over 60, you still start. I'm gonna share a statistic in a second that'll give you the good news on that one. So what foods do we want for a healthy heart? Here we go again. Wild caught salmon, which includes the healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, green leafy veggies, avocados, berries, good for your heart, great antioxidants, and high fiber foods. Supplements that you can take is omega-3. I would say at least 1,000 milligrams of omega-3. I don't care how many grams of fish oil in there. I don't care if it's 10 grams of fish oil. You look on that bottle or jar and see how much omega-3. And you should have 1 to 2 grams or 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of omega-3. CoQ10 is really good for your heart and great for your energy levels. Magnesium, can't speak to magnesium enough. It's also good for your brain, but good for your heart and your blood pressure. Vitamin C and garlic. And the top 6 habits for a healthy heart is to walk at a pace that's going to increase your heart rate for 30 or more minutes, 5 times a week. Obviously, no smoking. I know you all know that. Managing your weight, especially around the waistline. 5 servings of vegetables a day when at all possible, and limiting alcohol. All right, so I have, there was one study that showed, let me see what I'm saying here. They study someone's body, so they give them an Egg McMuffin, and I'm not picking on McDonald's, because any place that has basically a drive-through is probably not your friend. But they studied the insides, the cardiovascular system. Someone eating an Egg McMuffin, and within 1 hour, they can see a difference, the body's response to this Egg McMuffin in the first hour, and it peaked at 4 hours, and it took 6 to 7 hours to recover. So if you can imagine, okay, we think, sausage McMuffin really doesn't sound that bad compared to some of these other things, but these processed meats have endotoxins in them. And the cheese is probably not even real cheese. It's probably just a bunch of chemicals. Likely. I'm not picking on McDonald's, just fast food in general. But it goes into our food, and it affects our arteries within that first hour. So understand you're causing clogging stuff. And imagine, okay, so if I'm on the go, if I'm on the road and I eat an Egg McMuffin, a sausage McMuffin for breakfast, and then I turn around and do a cheeseburger and fries and a soda for lunch, can you imagine the inflammation that I'm causing in my body? Now, the good news is, in one of the studies I was looking at, Dr. Dean Ornish did a study with patients with heart disease, because heart disease is usually asymptomatic. You don't know it, you don't feel it, you don't see anything different. You don't usually feel it until you're having a heart attack. But people with symptoms that had heart disease, and he put them on a plant-based diet, complete plant-based, all plant-based within 1 month. Within 1 month, they improved by 91%. And I'm not encouraging anybody to do a plant-based diet, but if you need to reset, if you know you have a lot of plaque in your arteries, you might consider, or at least the fats, make sure your fats are coming from plant-based. But if you have a lot of plaque or buildup, you definitely want to make sure at least your fats are plant-based, but maybe even all your foods go plant-based for about a month, and you can get a good reset. So there is good news there. All right, so tips from our expert. By the way, just so you know, the expert is my mother. She's 86 years old, and she has more energy than most of us did at 40. She's quite the amazing person. So I figured who better to interview for this than her. So, and she's 86, and for 86, she does pretty good with technology. She probably knows more about it than, well, me, except for she doesn't do Zoom very well because I try to Zoom with her, and it's that part's a challenge for her. But she loves her Fitbit, she loves her smartwatch, and this inspires her to continue to move. And so she says, and some of you have heard this story before, but she's like, when you have to take the trash all the way out to the trash bins, that's a job, that's a chore, nobody wants to do it. But she said, now I look forward to it because now I get credit for my steps. So using these
Yeah.
little apps can kind of incentivize you to work a little longer. They show you your heart rate sometimes, they count your steps. So if you can see you got your heart rate up, or you can see how long you kept your heart rate up, or you can see what your average heart rate was for that particular exercise session, it might incentivize you to work a little harder. Attitude, positive thinking. I've never met anybody more um, positive than her and more grateful than her, but I don't know if she was necessarily born that way. She practices gratitude. She literally practices gratitude on a daily basis. If I visit with her and she's disappeared, because we all need time to ourselves. I walk by her bedroom, she's writing in her gratitude journal. It doesn't even have to be at night, it could be in the middle of the day. She pops her feet up and she pulls out her gratitude journal, and I'm telling you, I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg, or her good attitude and her journaling, or the journaling brought the good attitude. But either way, they do go together. Stock or bone broth. Guys, bone broth is so good for healing of the gut. If you want to help your skin be better skin, or better hair, or better nails, or better immune system, you're going to take stock or bone broth. You have a leaky gut, you want to take some bone broth. You don't have to make it by scratch. You can if you want to. You can buy it powdered form. You can buy it flavored, like in chocolate or vanilla, or even savory. You can buy it like pre-made in the liquid form in the soup aisle. So there's lots of easy ways to get it. I start a lot of my recipes with bone broth just because I want that extra goodness in my belly. Get in my belly. She says exercise is non-negotiable, and she does not like to work out in the second half of the day. So she makes herself, she goes, if I don't exercise in the morning, then I have to do it in the afternoon or evening, which she doesn't like. So she forces herself to do her exercise in the morning. And in all fairness, my sister helps her out with her Pilates, and she has a personal trainer. But she also, on her very own, goes to her dance class and gets her social needs met there, which is also very important for a healthy aging. She also said meal planning and prepping, having those meals ready to go and easy to reach for and get, is a huge, huge, huge important piece of the puzzle. Whole body vibration, I threw that one in. She did not say that one, but there are a lot of health benefits to it. I don't know that I would count it as an actual exercise. However, you can exercise right on that whole body vibration plate. You can stand on it by doing squats right there on your whole body vibration. You're firing up a whole lot of other muscle fibers that you normally wouldn't fire. Also, for whole body vibration, it helps increase your bone density, and it does use some muscle fibers. So if you can have access to one or get one, I would encourage that. And then she also said, never stop learning. Just always, she's Googling everything all the time. And why not? She said, retaining some of the stuff isn't the same as it used to be. So she just keeps relearning it, and she's happy with that. She's good with that. But it's never too late to stop learning. All right, so genetics loads the gun, but your lifestyle will pull the trigger. If you have the genetics for certain conditions, diseases, Alzheimer's or breast cancer, or, whatever diseases are out there, does not mean you're doomed to get it. What pulls the trigger is the lifestyle that you pair with it. So if you are genetically predispositioned to get lung cancer and you smoke, then you might likely get that cancer. Just like some people I know that smoked for 50 years and never got it. Well, they may not have had the gene, but we don't all know which genes we have or don't have. But lifestyle plays a huge, huge, huge role. And each and every one of my teachers in my continuing education course that I'm taking all talk about it. The genes, they matter somewhat, but they're not the deciding factor. Your food choices and your lifestyle choices are absolutely going to be the determining factor. So I just like this picture. These people look pretty happy and healthy. But setting your intentions to eat and live as healthy as you can. Again, what was the common denominator with almost everything? Dark green leafies, cruciferous veggies like broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage, healthy fats like avocado and olive oils, and healthy wild salmons, and clean proteins, and getting your exercise and getting your sleep and just maintaining a good, healthy lifestyle, getting some social outlets, meeting with people and having some connection um, will really help build a healthy lifestyle. So, with that, does anybody have any questions?
Um, I'm curious about the whole body vibration. Is there a brand that you recommend? Is that just the little platform that you stand on that kind of shakes you?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And when we had a physical office, we used to have the clients coming in for whole body vibration, oxygen therapy, far infrared therapy. We had a couple other modalities, and the clients would come in once a week to use those. And so, we had the commercial grade ones. And lucky for us, Debbie and I ended up with one here. So I have one in my house, and I do use it because I sit on my butt a lot of
So,
hours. So I just need to get it moving. But it will get circulation. It's lymphatic drainage. It's a
Yeah.
great way to drain your lymphatic system, which is your body's sewer system. Um, Again, it can help increase bone density. That's why I added it to the aging
Yeah.
section.
so
So if
this
you
is
could get a home one, I would encourage that. Some of them even have like bands attached, so you can stand up there and do your bicep curls on there. Or another thing you can do is stand there and lift one leg and practice balancing while it's shaking. Make
Oh
sure you
my.
hold on to.
this
Oh,
is Beth.
Okay.
I actually bought a vibration plate. I found it on Amazon and I've been doing it. It's got some preset programs in there. It came with the armbands. I've been doing it. I try to do it at least once a day. Most days I try to do it twice a day. And I've actually noticed a difference in like the cellulite and the crepiness on my legs. Um,
Oh,
wow.
I took
yeah.
measurements, so I've probably had it about a month and a half, and I'm down an inch in either leg. And
Oh,
that's
wow.
literally all I've been doing. I haven't been doing any other exercising. Um, and I've noticed a huge difference.
Okay, thank you. And then Judy says Life Pro with bands. Like,
That's
what do
what
you mean bands? Like the resistance bands?
Yeah, sometimes they're
Oh,
attached to the plate itself.
gotcha. Okay, okay. Wow. All right,
Hmm.
very cool.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
if you're going to get one, I would get the one with the bands because that way you get the benefit of all the things, your strength training, your front raise, lateral raises, bicep curls, maybe overhead, behind, whatever you're doing. I'm sure it gives you some instruction.
Yeah.
Um, but if there's some comments in here, Life Pro, Amazon. I don't know like a non-commercial one. But go and look at the reviews and see what people are saying about it, and go with your price range, of course.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hey, Tammy, I have a question. So
Yeah,
I'm curious about what you feel about with the lectin. So Dr. Stephen Gundry goes hardcore
he
against
does. He
eggplant
does.
and red peppers and tomatoes. So that's why I was always surprised, that Dr. Infantino allowed tomatoes on here because they do have the lectins, which it can cause gut damage and inflammation. What's your experience?
Yeah, so what I know about that is there's all kinds of inflammatory foods. In fact, we're talking about inflammaging tomorrow. But nightshades, which is exactly what you said, tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, bell peppers, they can be an inflammatory, but they're probably on the least end of they're on the list. They're on the list, and as are eggs. And eggs are, we're allowing eggs too, but those two are at the bottom of the list, so to speak. And I think the reason Dr. Inventino have them in the program is already people crying about how, limiting this is. And so to keep people compliant to what we're presenting as it is, that would be my guess as to why he did include those. There are a lot of health benefits to things like tomatoes, like lycopene and vitamin C and different things. So, and I was talking with someone this morning. She has got serious physical problems. I'm like, for you, let's take the eggs and the nightshades out. Let's go completely anti-inflammatory. So if you feel like you've got some inflammation issues, take them out for 3 or 4 weeks and then bring it one of them one at a time back slowly and see if you notice a difference. That's to my knowledge. I'm not a doctor or functional medicine. Well, I'll be a functional nutrition expert when I finish this thing, but I'm still going through it. So it's one of the comments, it says it has a remote. Are we talking about the whole body vibration plate?
Yes.
That was from Judy. Maybe she's gone.
No, I'm here. Yes.
Oh. You just stated that it had
It comes with a remote, which makes it much easier to use.
now we're talking about the whole body vibration.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mine
Cool.
also has bands that are attached to the plate
Yeah,
that you can use.
that's what
And
she
that
was talking about too, I think.
Yeah.
Did it come with instructions or some exercise ideas for you to know what to do with those bands?
Right.
Perfect.
But all I do is stand on it once or twice a day, 10 minutes at a time. But
Yeah,
it
that's what I do.
feels wonderful.
It really does.
It
It really
feels
does. I had the longest text from somebody. Like, I've been sitting on my butt, and it was work related. So I'm sitting here for so long. I just went on that. It took me the full 10 minutes to read through this and decipher all the things.
goodness.
It is what it is. But at least I killed 2 birds with one stone. I feel better about it.
But Tammy, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm finished with the program, but I'm still taking half the dose of each of the supplements. But I ran out and I reordered. But before they got here, I had 3 nights of waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, or getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And when I took those supplements last night, I slept probably 6. I can go on 6 or 7, but 4 or 5 hours a night, I can't go on that.
No.
I've got to have more than that. Is there something in any of the supplements we're taking that helps you sleep or relaxes you or even puts you in a good mood? Is there anything in
The only mood, the only thing that comes to mind is either a vitamin D or a magnesium, but I don't think there's magnesium really, not to any decent amount in the maybe it might be a microdot of it,
Yeah,
but I don't think it's enough to make it.
I did run out of the multivitamin. It was either the stomach
intestinal cleanser, because you really shouldn't eat those. But hey, if it matters for your sleep and you feel better on it,
yes, I do.
I've had it.
Those 2 or 3 days that I was out, and I didn't. Of course, I know not getting good sleep makes you feel bad too. You're not in a good mood, but I'm just in a better state of mind when I'm taking those. And like I said, instead of taking 2 at a time twice a day of the supplements, I only take 1. And I don't I don't know what the difference is that makes me sleep
I
better.
honestly don't know. I don't know how
Mhm.
your body's reacting different.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it
But
worked.
but if you found something that works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep doing
That's
what
right.
you're
Just
doing.
keep doing. That's what I'm gonna do.
People like they when I take them off the fiber for their constipation, and they're
Mm,
like, "Well, when should I bring it back?" And I'm like, "If you're going, everything's normal.
mhm,
Don't bring it
mm,
back.
mm.
We don't have to have it if it's not doing your body a good."
I couldn't take it. I couldn't take
Oh
the.
no, me neither. But some people do need it, and
Mhm.
you know, so we start with the whole thing, and
What I
we're
do need is sleep, though. I can't go without sleep. Uh, Waking up with 3 to 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, I just can't go that 2 or 3 nights of that is.
oh, that's torture.
Yes, it is. But when I
And
started taking those supplements again, uh, last night I slept probably 6 or 7 hours. I don't
that's
know what the
great.
difference is. So I'm just like you said, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
That's right. That's awesome. Anybody else? Comments?
You know what? The other thing that's coming up for me is I don't know, Evelyn. I'm thinking of her. I know she's not on the call today, which she might listen to the recording, but she's just on my heart and my mind with her second day of veggies, which can sometimes be a transition. So I just wanted to toss out that I'm thinking about her for some reason.
Oh,
Probably
Oh,
why.
sweet.
that's sweet.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
She sent a message because we do the automated reminders, and she's like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
can't call today, but I'm thinking of you guys." So little did she know we're thinking of her too.
Yeah. Yeah. Thinking of her because we've all kind of been there. So
Well, hopefully she will
Hey,
catch
to
that.
kind of play off of Shauna, I want to show you guys something. So behind me is my plants. Like
Oh,
I'm no gardener.
what are we looking at?
You see them?
we can't hear her.
I
She's
can't,
talking.
Candy, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
There we go. Yeah, no, I have peppers growing back here now. So
ooh,
yeah, I've got all homegrown peppers. This is all basil right here.
oh,
Like
I
this
love
stuff's growing
basil.
like crazy.
I love fresh basil. It's
So
probably my
if
favorite.
anybody wants
I
something
make a
easy,
salad
I didn't
dressing with
work
basil.
hard. I just threw them in soil. I just threw some seeds in soil and boom, put some sunlight, a little bit of water. So if you want your own stuff growing, those are the sweetest I've ever seen in my life.
Well, now at least they're organic. There's
Yeah,
no
I have
pesticides.
nothing in there but soil and well, unless the seeds were, because I got the seeds, they're organic, but nowadays organic, I don't know if the seeds were truly, yeah. So anyway, but awesome. So thank you for answering the questions. And Shauna, what a nice shout out. You're always such a positive person. What a blessing to have you in
I
this call.
agree. Yes,
Thanks.
thank you for that. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you joining. I appreciate you being here and suiting up and showing up. And again, I know you guys go through a lot of stuff, a lot of people going through several things all at the same time. And just the fact that you're suiting up and showing up and coming here and doing the best you can, just hang in there and keep on going. So, with that, I will say thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tammy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.